Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Media Dump podcast. I'm Dom. This is Nick. Together we are
Nick and Dom.
Nick and Dom. This is our Media Dump podcast, and in our Media Dump podcast, basically what we do is we talk about all the media we've consumed over the past 2 weeks. And we usually go by topics. We do the board games, video games, movies, TV shows. Those are kind of the main four. And let's go. Let's get started.
So I got a question for you.
Wait. New segment. Second.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Do we want to do a dry run of that? Just so like a practice run of the intro. Because I feel like we do it enough times, but we still end up fumbling over it.
All right, Nick. But before we start, it is the
New segment?
the new segment, second episode of the segment. Nick, did you play Carcassonne?
You want to see something funny?
What?
I'm going to show you my Amazon. We're going to go ahead.
It's a no, guys. That's the answer.
We're going to go ahead and scroll past that. Sorry, it's taking forever.
I'll cut this out. It's okay.
Look what got delivered.
Okay, but you got to play the normal. You didn't play the
No.
normal one. So still no?
I'm going to get all of the expansions before I play it.
I swear it's been over 6 months.
Oh, yeah. I remember I told you I was going to get it for your birthday.
That was only a couple months ago.
Yeah, but I told you that in like March.
I swear it might have been at my dad's house when you said this.
Yeah, I was like, I'm thinking about playing Carcassonne. I've watched 14 videos on it, and some of it's still confusing to me. It seems like it's going to be like a 300-point game. It's like, this gives you 9, and this gives you 14, and this gives you however many is on it, and this one does this, or this one does that. If there's shields, it gives you more. It's like...
All right, did you play anything?
Yeah, I did, actually. So Gary came over yesterday.
If it's more of that fucking whatever
Which one?
dumb game you said you play. I forget what it was.
You can't just say that dumb game and then
You
not...
played it like a shitload.
Which one?
Like every week you were like, I don't remember. It wasn't Chameleon. It was something like that, though.
No.
I have Chameleon.
Yeah. So Gary came over and I taught him how to play Horrified. That was fun. Yeah. He
Nice.
actually really liked it.
Yeah.
I
think Gary would be really into board games.
He is, honestly. Like, he comes over and he's like, you want to play Magic? And then I immediately shoot it down because I'm not in the mood for either getting my ass kicked or playing a 5-minute game. So we just grabbed a board game and I was like, which one do you want to play? So he played Horrified. I let him pick and he got Dracula and the Wolfman. So I was like, yeah,
Easy.
pretty decent combo. Almost
Dracula's
lost.
the easiest one, I think, according to the rules.
He got the shit beat out of him by the Wolfman like 4 times.
What is the Wolfman? You have to
gather the blue items and take them to the lab. And it has to be...
That's the just blue, right?
Yeah, and then you have to use...
The Invisible Man is the numbers.
No, it's just items from certain locations.
That's okay. Then which one's just the numbers?
I don't think there is one that's just the numbers.
One that is just number. Yeah, I thought. Or is it the? You need a blue 1, a blue 2, a blue 3 for the.
That's Wolfman.
For the Wolfman. Okay.
Yeah, but you need.
That's what I'm thinking.
You need 2 copies of each, so you need 2 of 1, 2 of 2, and 2 of 3, and then you need to hunt him down and then have 6 red. Value 6 red.
It's crazy. Like you're supposed to play with 3.
Yeah, it's so difficult.
And I'm like, how? That's the normal way to play. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
I should watch a video, a playthrough of it, and see like, what are we doing wrong?
I also found out we were moving villagers wrong. You don't move them with you. You move them to you or move them away from you. You don't move with them.
I thought it said on the thing you can move them with you.
I think it's as a special ability.
Yeah, one of them has.
One of them does.
Yeah.
We just never do that. We just move the villager with them.
But we also play with the creature from Black Lagoon wrong. We talked about this in a
we've brought it up before.
way previous podcast, the third one or something.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Really early.
It wasn't third. It was in November, so maybe 6th or something like that.
Something, yeah. It was at your dad's though.
Yeah. November, we were still at my dad's.
He even asked me, he's like, how many can you play with? I was like, honestly, you can play with as many characters as you have in the game.
Yeah,
so I think it's 6.
Could do. There's 6. Yeah. I think the max you can win with is like 4 or something.
Yeah, because the more players
you can win
have,
5 or 6. It's like impossible.
Yeah, because I was telling him, I was like, there's a mechanic where if you draw a card, a certain monster will hunt you down specifically. So he got the Wolfman's hunt card. So he was hunted by the Wolfman, which means it will always go after him and it will always attack him.
Yep.
And I told him, say you pick up 3 or 4 items, which is what you use to stop the monster from hitting you. It's like a buffer or a shield. I was like, say you pick up 3 or 4 items. If there's 4 people and they all pull something that has the Wolfman on it, you're going to get hit every single turn. So if you don't die turn 1, you're going to die by turn 3.
Yeah.
So
it's
the more you
it's
have,
definitely
it's
easier with
harder.
less. It's easier, like, probably 2.
Yeah.
2 players is probably easiest.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Because you have more control over, like, the items in the board.
And you can't play with 5, and we did that, and I was like...
It feels too much like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. There's a Scooby-Doo...
Don't tell me this.
Betrayal at House of the Hill version.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, I would love that, but no.
Yeah, it's like basically the same thing, but it's just Scooby-Doo, and I was like, that'd be awesome.
That would be fun.
Someday I'll get that.
The other game I played with him was the Adventure Zone. I showed him that one, and he was really into that one, except him and Jess could not pay attention.
Oh, boy. One of those game sessions?
I was like, did you read the card? Did you read your card? Did you read the other cards you have? Did you read your character sheet? It was like, you're just asking questions I've answered 3 or 4 times. And it's like, you're not paying attention. And it got to the point where I was like, we're like 2 cards away. I'm going to fucking die. I'm going to flip this table. It got to the point where we planned 3 turns ahead. I was like, I'm just going to roll. And we won the game. I was like, why are we planning that far ahead? I'm just going to roll. And I think I got like a 6 or something. I was like, we beat it. We're done. Pack it up. Go home. I was absolutely done. We played that game for like 3 hours.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it was, It was miserable. But, yeah, had some fun board game stuff.
All right, that's cool. Good to see you. I'm very happy to see you playing board games, because you haven't really...
I haven't really had the time or
2
been
months
able
or
to.
so. I'm pretty sure, like...
Yeah, pretty
at
much.
least, I don't think June you played, like... You were, like, didn't play any or whatever. And
No, I had camp and I had something else.
You played some Magic, though.
It was pretty much like, I can play Magic and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he wants to do like a Magic Fridays.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You texted me something.
I'll just bring a board game over if I come. Because there's going to be like 3 of us maybe. And that's not no. But he does want us to come over and go through his older cards that he got. So maybe we can collectively turn him down. It's like, I got cards I got to go through on my own. So hard pass for now. But what did you play? Pull up the list.
Well,
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
not that many. So, real quick, we played me, Flynn, Skylar played a couple of games of Codenames. Me and Flynn on a team, and the first game we played, me and Flynn were like fucking.
Code names?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
First game, we played 2 games. First game, me and Flynn were like fucking. Boom,
Laser.
boom.
Yeah.
It was like everything. We were
Tuned
like,
in.
boom. I forget. I usually try and write down a thing, but one thing, I can't remember what it was, but it was something like really clever that I knew he would get, and I just knew it, and he was like, bam. And I was like, I knew you'd get that. He's like, yeah. No. When you have those moments in Codenames, it's so great.
Oh, no, I get it.
When you're just like.
I still remember that time we played Banned Words. It was ages ago in the apartment.
Yeah.
I think it was like one of the first
you were on a
times.
team or whatever.
No. Well,
You
I think it
talking
was like
about
the first or second time we played. I was on a team with Jess.
Oh, yeah. She was like,
And-
what your cousin had or something like that. She said something like that.
No, it was I think it was like summer camp or something. Was the word. And you guys came up with so many for summer camp. And I was like, Friday the 13th. And she's like, oh, summer camp. And I was like, yes. I was like, skated past like 12 of your cards.
Yeah.
Nah, sometimes you just get like that antenna. You're just in each other's brains.
Yeah, I remember one time it was me and you and against Skyla and Jess, and I think that they wrote like 5 or 6. There's you can only have 12 things in banned words. You're trying to write down words that you think the other people will use to guess their words. And I think they wrote down 5 or 6 clues for Jess's first word because she was like, I'm going to get him on this one.
Yeah.
And then I said some with Rooster Teeth. It was something Rooster Teeth thing. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
But it was something like, the thing that Gus, I can't remember what it was. It was like the thing that Ray always does. And you're like, whatever it was.
Nail it.
You're like, boom. And I remember Sky was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember one time you and Jess were playing and she was like, she said something like, it was her telling you, she was like, what were we talking about yesterday about your cousin? And then you were like, you said
Yeah.
whatever the clue was.
Yeah.
Like, oh, bam. And we were like, what the fuck? This
It's
is
great when
bullshit.
you got inside jokes like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what makes a game fun. When it gets to the part where like you can't think of anything, or you think everything you're telling them is fucking gold and they don't get it, that's when I lose
Yeah.
my shit.
I love when you're like, sometimes you're playing and then you're like, no, I'm staying on this clue. You're going to get this clue.
Oh yeah.
You're guessing it. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
fucking moving off of it. You're
Absolutely. It's like if we're not here yet,
yeah.
we should not be living together.
I still remember with the Connie and Austin, she's like, the opposite of jam. And he goes, goo.
Oh, that's great.
That was the funniest shit.
Peanut butter.
I almost died. He goes, goo. I was like, goo.
That's
Are you
that's
crazy?
great. They're dumb.
No.
You said code names. What else did you guys play?
And then, so just code names.
Uh-huh.
And then we played Forgotten Waters. Flynn brought it over. It is a.
I think I played that with you, right?
No.
Which one was the one I played? I think it was the one in the desert or whatever.
Through the. Oh, yeah. That's
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Hold on.
We'll come back to it.
Forbidden Desert.
Yeah.
It's Forbidden Island, Forbidden Desert, and then Forbidden Sky.
Okay.
And we play Forbidden Desert.
There you go.
Forgotten Waters.
It's close.
Touch me. And Forgotten Waters, it was a super storytelling game. Okay, it's like,
Yeah.
man, how do you explain it? So there's
Super
like
storytelling
there's
game.
like a book, and you flip the book over, and then it has a bunch of and it has. Okay, so first of all, there's a little board and a bunch of different tiles. There's so many tiles, and you put the tiles on the board, and each tile has a number. And then when you go to that tile, you open this book that is like 100 pages with 100 different locations.
Uh-huh.
And then you're like there, and then there's a bunch of different
So it's almost like a tell your own adventure kind of.
kind of yeah.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of different like things you can do on that island. Like it's like search for treasure, load the cannon, target practice, workout, and stuff like that. And then on your player board, you have a bunch of different attributes you can add stuff to. And so you're trying to do these things and add a bunch of different attributes, and trying to reach certain levels on those attributes to get enough stars to increase your story rating at the end of the game. We got through half, and it's kind of long, so we only got through half of it. It was like we were learning, but it was like 3 hours. We only got through half of it.
Yeah.
It was kind of long. But the second half, I bet it'll be much faster. Flynn said, he was like, I was like, should we power through and keep going? And then he was like, Flynn was like, no, we should save it. You can save the game. You just write down everything you have. And he was like, no, because many times we've said, let's just power through.
Yeah. And then you cut
and then we're
corners.
playing and it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. And he's
That-
like, and
that
I have to
tracks.
leave at 11:30.
That tracks. Yeah.
And I was like, it's 10. He's like, yes. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. I don't know if it's a game that I would feel the need to own.
Yeah.
But not that I don't like it, but just because like I feel like it's a game that I'll be like, if I really want to play it, like Flynn, bring Forgotten Waters over. Let's play it again.
Yeah.
Some games like other people like Horrified, like I want to buy Horrified at some point.
I want to get
and it's
the
also
cryptid
cheap,
one.
and I want to get, and I'm going to buy Horrified at some point in the next year.
Target has it.
Yeah,
Always
and
has
I'm
it.
going to buy Cryptids at some point.
Yeah.
And a couple other games that other people have. Here to Slay, Skylar has that. I'm gonna buy that at some point.
I don't remember hearing about that
We
one.
talked about that last week.
Did we?
It
Okay.
was like a bunch of different animals that have
You
rogue,
yeah,
like
that's
there's
right.
a rogue
that's right.
and
yeah.
a necromancer and
I
whatever.
remember.
And that's in the other room. You can look at it if you want to. It's pretty we could play it. It'll be quick. And like that, I'm gonna buy that at some point. But but some games like Forgotten Waters, I don't need to buy it, but I'll play it. It was fun.
Yeah.
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 So we played half of it. So we got to play another half.
All
But
right.
that was with learning. Like I
figure
feel like
once
we'd be
you-
much
yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
And then like so I guess one part I didn't like is you can like fight, like you can do something, then you can fight a ship. And so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to stay fighting the ship and like try to not defeat it and grind through and get your attributes up and get more stuff. But I don't want to, like I don't want to do that. Like I'm like let's fight it a couple times and then leave. But Flynn's like, what you're supposed to do, he wasn't like forcing us, but he was like, what you're supposed to do is I guess he didn't say supposed. He's like, kind of the strategy that we do is like, you stay here as long as you possibly can and build up your attributes for free. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, but also, like with D&D, like I just want to get through the story. Like let's just go through the story. Like I don't want to sit here and grind. I don't want to grind ever.
Yeah. No, I get it. There's some systems that like, if the grinding comes off fun, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
Not that it's not fun, but is the purpose of the game to grind, or is the purpose of the game to play through a story? So
that's like
that's
my thing with D&D. I've talked about this many times where I'm like,
it's story.
Oh, let's go to this shop and then we'll shop and we'll look for the stuff. And I'm like, okay, hey, let's buy this thing. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then some people like want to do more of the role play. And I don't know. That's just not. I feel like that's just not my thing.
No, I get it. There's a group out there for you.
Yeah, I've seen some TikToks where they're like, they're like a DM just says like, okay, role play amongst yourselves for 5 minutes or whatever. And I'm out on that. Like that. Like I'm like, I don't want it. Like no, role play amongst yourselves. No, I don't like. I'm not really into. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not really into the.
No, I totally get that. Like the role play side of things, especially for games like board games, it's got to be your thing. Because if not, it's just more work, and there's nothing for it. Like you don't get anything on your sheet, you don't get anything in the game, you know. So, like for my D&D campaign that I'm running right now, we only roleplay when they want to. I don't tell them it's like, oh, you have to use a voice, or you know, if they want to, fine. But if that's the choice they make, they're gonna use it the entire time. Like, you wanted to do this, you're gonna do this.
And I think that's the problem. I think maybe with Flynn and Skylar is, I think
is
Flynn,
it a
but
problem?
I know I'm not like super sure how much Flynn is into the roleplay. I think a good amount, but I know Skylar like would get really like that's his thing. Like he would get really in and do a voice and really like play this character and get into the character mode, and that's like what he wants to do. So I feel like maybe we wouldn't mesh well with.
Well, also like you say that's the problem. Like, is it a problem or is it just something that doesn't
like,
mesh?
Flynn's or less Flynn, but Skylar's been like, oh, like man, we should play D&D together sometime. Yeah, I just feel like we won't mesh because he'll be he'll want to role play.
True,
and I like am not. And I
well,
don't
it's also
want to do that.
It's also you got to think like two people playing video games together. It's like, oh, we should really play this game together. It's like that's not my kind of game.
Yeah,
role playing is the same thing.
Like I'm like, let's play Apex, and you're like. Too competitive. I'm not good enough.
Well, funny you should say that. I've heard from many competitive pro players that Apex is the most competitive shooter right now. It's like the way you have to move, the way you have to loot, and how you have to shoot. It's like, I don't have that.
Yeah.
And getting shot in the face every round is not how I want to play a game.
Yep. I remember we talked once, and you were like, you didn't really say this, but you kind of said it. You're like, I play video games, like I want to come home and relax.
Yeah, I don't want to have to work at it.
Like, I want to relax, and I'm like, I want to like try hard and be competitive and like really try with this game. And then you're like, and then remember we were talking about, it and you're like, I don't want to do that at all. I just want to relax. And
no,
like,
I totally get it.
I want to do it again.
I totally get
it. So
it.
maybe we just shouldn't try to. I shouldn't try to force you to play with it or something.
Well, that's also like. I guess we're moving to video games.
Yeah, we're down. We can kind of move on. We're gone video games now because that's it. I just played a couple.
Okay, sweet. I think the thing with video games, like, it's a way to unwind. Like, there's days where I definitely want to just like turn it on and just destroy kids, but I don't want. It's.
Are you playing Call of Duty and relaxing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not in my lobbies.
You haven't seen my lobbies.
Not in my lobbies.
No, I smoke kids. Jess sent me a picture from a game she had the other night. She went 43-13. We found her superpower. She has to get the right amount of high, and she just nukes people. Like, no joke. She gets to that right amount of high, and she's like, the issue is, I just want to smoke more when I get there. So I get too high, then I can't play.
See, I always tell this story to my boy JC. What's up, JC? He's not watching this. Jesus Christ! I knew that would get you.
Man, that's great.
Yeah. And we're playing Siege once, and then like he's like, man, I'm doing terrible. He's like, I've just died 3 games in a row not killing anybody. He's like, oh wait, it's because I haven't hit my vape at all. And I hear over the mic, he just
gets roasted.
I'm like, JC, that's too much. And he's like,
no, I got this.
and he's like, he hit the entire vape
Oh yeah.
in one go. And then the next round, he got an ace.
There we go.
And he was like, there you go. He's like, let's go, boy.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. And then he's like, but I got to be careful. I can't do it too much. And then three rounds later, he's like, all right, now I'm too high. He's like, now I'm too buzzed. He's like, ah, shit.
Yeah, there's that like proper frequency. Like once, I mean,
yeah, for him it was.
Yeah, you just gotta get there.
It was so funny. I was like, JC, stop.
It's too much. No, she said, let me see if I can pull up the picture. I'll tell you exactly what the score was. She was kind of pissed because one of our friends we play with, Monkey, what's up? He's definitely not gonna watch this.
Yeah. One time, we were all sitting at work in a circle, and somebody.
We're not naming names.
Who may or may not live near you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who lives near you.
Uh-huh.
Maybe. They JC was hitting the vape, and they're like, Dom, tell JC. And I was like, at JC, and I'm like, and you're supposed to go like this or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, JC, and I was like, this. He's like, really? And I was like, and he's like, Tom, really? I'm so proud of you. And I take it, and I hand it to the person next to me.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, Tom, you tricked me. He's like, I thought you were going to hit it.
The old switcheroo.
I'm like, fuck no, I'm not a fucking idiot.
Gotcha, bitch.
I'm not a moron, so I'm not going to hit that.
She was playing, what is this? I think it was, well, because the score is 355, so I don't know what it was. I think it was like domination or hardpoint. She got 47 kills, 2 minutes 40 seconds on the objective, and 21 deaths with 3 defense, and she was second on her team, and she was pissed. Our friend Danny had 1 more kill and 2 minutes less on the objective, and she's like, how did he beat me? How? He had like 1,000 more score than she did.
Yeah, the score is weird.
She was so angry. I was like, you did amazing. Like, why are you mad? She's like, because I wanted to be first. I was like, yes. Let the hate flow through you.
All right. What you been playing?
I finished a battle pass, so I immediately stopped playing that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I was going through my trophies because I wanted to see. I think something
was close.
I think something popped on GTA for one of the new DLCs, and I was like, oh, I totally forgot GTA had trophies. So I went through because I know I got most of the story trophies on my PS3, and I noticed I never finished the story on PS4. So I was like, I'm just gonna run through the story.
Really?
Yeah. I'm halfway through it. I'm at the point where you just unlock Trevor. So I'm like, I'm going to just play through it because it's easy. Which is...
That's not half... That's not
no,
halfway
that's
through.
like... That's after the first heist. It's like halfway through the game.
No, that's not...
That's absolutely like halfway through the game. That's when you unlock all 3 characters. Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
You're forgetting how long the end of that fucking game is, dude.
Nah.
The third act is like longer than the first 2 acts combined.
It depends on how you play.
I guess.
Yeah. I do all of the side missions first. So I had all of the side missions done for the other 2 characters.
And I really wish that there would have been more heist stuff. Though I guess the plan was to have
There's 4
DLC story DLC heists. That was the plan.
Yeah.
But they never did that. It's because like I always felt weird. I remember we talked about this a long time ago. I always felt like weird. It's like you could add people to your heist, and like you're driving down the street, and some like random chick or whatever
I just unlocked one,
and you unlock one, and then she can help you with her heist. But then you only do like 4 heists in the game.
You do.
So it's like you can do 3 heists, and then randomly find this person, and then they can help you with the 4th one. But then it's like. And then it's like, use them more on heists, and it'll level them up and make them better. I'm like, but there's only like 4.
I think there's 5, but it could be.
And then the first one, like
one of them doesn't matter.
And the first one, like, you don't even like.
You don't know that. Like you unlock
like,
maybe
people,
one person.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like that always felt like weird to me. I always wish there would have been like more.
Yeah.
There should have been like 10 heists. You know what I mean? Hella heists.
There should have been. Shit.
I think because the plan I think was to have story heist DLC.
I believe they said that 2 of the DLC or 2 of the heists that were supposed to be in the story mode were moved to online because people were more upset that you couldn't heist online, and they were supposed to be added to the game, and they just fast tracked them to the online mode.
Yeah.
That, and you can't play story mode multiplayer, so that was more of a focus, and they realized we'll make money off of shark cards.
Yeah.
So they shifted everything. But yeah, there's there's 3 people you can unlock for each of your added person heists, like slots. And I just unlocked the last one before the second heist.
Did you try and like do it on purpose?
I didn't even know it was there. Like I had unlocked it in the past. I remember talking to her, but I totally forgot it was there. So I just happened to get them. And I realized like, oh, I'm about to do the second heist. This is perfect. But yeah, there really isn't much for the story when it comes to heists.
Yeah.
It's still a great game. It's still a great story mode. I think the issue is for 6, they're going to lose some of the lessons they learned with 5.
Maybe, yeah.
They're going to focus too much on online.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
Nothing.
Nothing? No games?
Nothing.
All right, well, bounce it back to me, I guess.
Yep. Sorry.
No, so for Season 5
really
of Call of
wish-
Duty... No. I'm
I
going
can
to take a
do
break a
phases.
little bit.
I can do phases. Like I
No,
said,
I
I
get
played all through Spider-Man. I was like, power through that fucker.
Yeah.
And then last week I didn't do shit.
So I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Did you at least play the indie game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Well, we can get...
But not as much as I wanted to.
No, I get it. There's like 27, like...
Yeah. I was
split
like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything else?
Just a little Dark Cloud. I realized I lost.
Oh,
2
Dark
hours.
Cloud. Oh.
I realized, oh, man, this is.
How would you play? How far?
I played 2 more hours, and then I misclicked something and broke one of my swords, and I was like, ah, damn, I'm just gonna reload the last save, and realized I hadn't saved in 2 hours. And I was like,
You just have
that's.
a broken sword. Not that big of a deal.
Well, I had my diamond and my broken down
So
weapon.
did you reset? And you're like,
I
I'm
reset.
gonna reset. but
I intentionally reset and realized I haven't saved in 2 hours.
it's been what I've been there, and then now you have lost motivation to play,
exactly.
and you're hoping you'll get it back at
and
some point.
that's why I jumped on GTA.
I've been
yeah.
there many times.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna make a point to play a bit more this week.
Good.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's a
God, I
great
wanna play
story.
it again.
Love it. It's a great game, great story.
Big,
I'm
great animal.
telling myself I'm not gonna play the second one until I beat the first one. And I really
You
want to play the second one.
again.
The second one's so good. I'm telling you, it's significantly better.
No way.
Absolutely.
Story's got to be better in 1.
I don't know. I haven't played all the story, so I couldn't tell you. I just know it's so much better
Story's
because
epic. Yeah.
they fixed so much for 2.
I just love the first town in 1. Like that,
Oh yeah.
affected my childhood.
Oh yeah. No.
That's one of the
it's
games
great.
that like.
It really is great. Like how they set it up in that time, like when the game was released, nothing was doing that. Nothing was
Just that first, whatever the fuck it was called, the first town was just like
I don't remember what it was called.
that
playing
first
the
town.
game.
Like all that stuff. Like I feel it in my like. I feel it. You
Mhm.
feel it in your soul. Some games,
yeah.
movies, and TV shows. You feel it in your soul.
Infamous for me.
Yeah, it's in my soul.
Yeah.
That has a Dark Cloud. The first town in Dark Cloud 1 has a special place in my soul.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's a great game, honestly. It really is. It's just
I just wish weapons didn't break.
They don't in the second game.
Yeah, they've mostly gone away from that in like all video games now.
Yeah, except for I think like
Mostly.
Dark Souls still does it, or Elden Ring still does it, or some shit.
And now we're on to movies. All right, so I got a bunch of movies. So do you want to go first?
No, you go ahead.
Oh boy.
Well, I thought we'd do the one who has the more first.
Yes.
Go ahead. I've seen like 3 movies.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Don't we do the person who has the least first?
No, because you always ask me, especially for board games, if I've played anything before you jump in, because you usually have a lot. Do you not know how your own podcast
Well,
goes?
yeah, because that's what because the less goes first
Nah.
in board games.
Nah.
You always go first.
Okay, do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched Mission Impossible 1
Oh.
and 2. I realized where I was watching them, they didn't have the rest. So I was like, well, shit. So I watched the first one, I watched the second one. Great movies. They kind of still hold up. Not a fan that Emilio Estevez dies immediately in the first movie.
Spoilers.
Spoilers like 5 minutes in. But yo, it's vicious. I thought they were just gonna be like, he broke his
Pluto
legs.
TV. Mission Impossible 3.
I was watching them on Pluto. I think I had to like sign in or subscribe or something.
I don't think.
It wasn't letting me. I tried and it wasn't letting me.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably changed.
I thought I
since the movies
checked
came out.
last because I thought I checked last time that you could watch them all.
Yeah, because I typed in same thing. I was like, where can I watch Mission Impossible 1? And it said Pluto, and then I had them on there. I think they made them free after the movie came out.
So did you listen to my advice that said you kind of have to pay attention to Mission Impossible 1?
Yeah.
Did you remember to do that? Okay.
Oh yeah. No, it was great.
'Cause as a kid, like I didn't pay attention. I didn't like really. Some movies
really
you have to
like
watch.
the small
You have to,
details. Yeah. No,
know what
like I was pretty much like I'll put it on while I was eating dinner. I was like, the small details really make that movie so much better.
Yeah.
I did see the new one.
So you saw 1, 2, and then the new one.
Yeah.
They're
I
not
was
really
looking.
connected.
They really aren't. Like 1 and 2, nothing to do with each other.
None of them are really connected. Except for
I did find out that
a couple
there's
characters.
like 2 or 3 characters that aren't in the main crew that do come back in the new movie. And I was like, oh, that's cool. They're, callbacks. And I was like, sweet. And then when I noticed them, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But apparently it was like, they didn't come back in the other movies. So it's like, this is super important. I was like, well, fuck.
I don't
Yeah.
know. All I know is the 3 characters have been in every movie. It's Tom Cruise
Yes.
and then
You
Ving
can say the
Rhames.
black guy. Yeah.
Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
And then no, I was trying to remember the other guy's name right now. I can't remember his name.
From. What's he in?
Shaun of the Dead.
He's not in the first or second.
I think he is.
No, he doesn't show up until I think.
Never mind. Ving Rhames is in every movie.
Yeah, him and Tom
Ving
Cruise.
Rhames is in every movie.
Yeah, him and Tom Cruise.
And then what's his face is in every movie since the 3rd one.
Tom Cruise. Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he shows. I'm pretty sure he shows up in the 3rd.
In 3. Okay. Then he's in every one since that one.
Yeah. But his character development, like I've seen bits and pieces of the other movies, his character development is great. It's an excellent movie. Like it is exactly what you want it to be, and it is exactly what it says it is. It's just another Mission Impossible movie.
And I'm so happy that Ving Rhames has been in every movie.
I'm so happy.
That makes me so happy.
He's a great character.
I really thought that they wouldn't have him.
Mhm.
Yeah, he starts in 3, but he's in every one since 3.
Yeah.
I was just double checking.
Going back.
I'm sorry. I remember watching them. I watched 1 through 4 in one day.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just being so happy. I'm like, Ving Rhames. And then I thought
He's
that
back.
and then 4th one, I think they do a fake out that they're gonna kill him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, you can't kill him. He's gonna be in every movie.
No, they age pretty well. Like they're not like ridiculously, it's a spy movie. They got crazy gadgets, so obviously stuff is like wonky. But like, yeah, they'll have like a perfect replica mask, but they'll use a floppy disk. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck, guys? Now there's some crazy stuff. The second one is definitely a 90s movie. Like absolutely a 90s movie.
It came out in 2000.
Well, it gives off that like 90s VFX vibe.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's like Pierce Brosnan's James Bond movies.
2000.
Yeah, it's right there. But it's still a great movie. I really liked it.
All right. Anything else?
That
was the new one.
8 out of 10. It's pretty good. I like what they did with it.
Did you know Tom Cruise?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He asked for a exception to promote his movie from the strike. Fuck you.
Absolutely fuck you, but also like
you.
I get it, but like fuck you.
you.
Yeah.
Nobody else asked for. They were giving exceptions.
Nobody else asked.
They're giving
yeah.
exceptions to super indie, like true indie people.
Yeah.
They give exceptions to.
Yeah.
But any real actor, you're not getting a fucking exception in that.
I think in the beginning of the movie, him and the director are also like, "Thank you for coming out and seeing the movie. It needs to be seen in theaters. Like, this is how you show support." And I was like, "Okay, but where's that money going?" It's like it's a great message, but like, where's that money going? Yeah, but no, seriously, great movie. Really enjoyed it. It was a nice
What did I think
nice evolution.
Jeff from Rooster Teeth, he said he's like, Tom Cruise.
Mhm.
This is what he said, not Tom. Okay, not me. Jeff.
Allegedly.
And he was like, Tom Cruise. I think it was him. He's like terrible human being, just an absolute garbage person. Tom Cruise is a garbage, terrible human being. But I will see any movie that he's in.
Exactly.
Any movie that he appears in ever, I will watch it. He is one of the best actors of this entire generation.
Exactly.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
In everything he's in, he's amazing. Bad person, but amazing actor.
Very well, but terrible person. He could kick puppies for all we know, but like
That man can act in an action movie.
phenomenal.
Or a comedy. Or Tropic Thunder.
You know they're making a second one? They're writing a script for the second one.
Can't.
Robert Downey Jr. said he's in.
It can't be made.
He said he's in.
He's rich enough. He can do whatever
Oh,
the fuck he wants to do.
absolutely. Him and Ben Stiller, yeah. It's like, we got money. What are they going to do? Cancel us? We'll just get an island. No,
Right.
I hear it's
Anything
great.
Besides Mission Impossible.
I watched Oppenheimer.
Okay, you didn't see Barbie?
I did not have the time. I really didn't. We went to the 11:40 showing, and
like Barbie.
we were gonna go watch the fights last night. I was like, we can't do both.
You should
Didn't end up going to the fights.
Man, you gotta watch Barbie.
I want to. I'm not like avoiding it.
The Kenergy, man. You seen all those memes and stuff?
The Kenergy.
Yo, it's true, man. You watch that, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
And people. So I saw on real quick. I saw on TikTok. I got a bunch of like Ken TikToks and stuff.
Oh yeah. You gotta send them to me.
Yeah, and they're like, we gotta watch the movie.
Okay.
And it's like, and then I've seen some TikToks. People were like mad, like they're like, now this is all about Ken. Barbie's the main character of the fucking movie, and I'm like, yeah, but for me, I can relate to Ken.
Yeah.
A lot, you know what I mean? Not really in my current relationship, but like just as a man.
Yeah.
You can relate. Like he puts like all his self-worth into like Barbie.
Into Barbie, yeah.
And then it's like, but and yeah, I don't know. And but also then I was like, that's just like a thing with movies and TV shows where it's like the main character is meant to advance the plot. Ooh.
The plot of the story, yeah.
So like Barbie advances the plot. So that's why a lot of people love the funny character or one of the side quirky characters. It's because those guys can be quirky and be interesting and different. When the main character, they have to advance the plot.
Yeah. There's progression and then there's comic relief.
Which you need for the show, right? Yeah. But it's like, that's why people love the comedic relief characters because. So it's like people like Ken because he's like way funnier. He's funnier than he has the most funny lines in the whole show. You know what I mean? And so yes, Barbie's the main character, but it's like people are gonna like Ken a lot. Because
people are obviously gonna love Barbie, but people need to like Ken too.
Yeah. You know? And it really it was like about like Barbie, but a lot of it was Ken.
Which I understand. I understand people's like frustration with it because it is the Barbie movie, but like, how many people know Barbie and don't know Ken?
Yeah,
like there's almost nobody.
They say in the movie, it's Barbie and Ken.
Yeah,
not
just Barbie.
Not just Barbie.
Yeah,
not just Ken.
Yeah,
it's Barbie and Ken. It's not ever just Ken.
Yeah,
and it's like
Barbie
that.
Does
and then I was
first.
like, that hit me. That as a man, I'm like, that hit me. Like I was like,
yeah.
I want you to watch Barbie.
I really want to.
But
Oppenheimer.
I have a question about the movie. Why was Robert Downey Jr. in that movie? His whole character did not need to be in that movie. None of those scenes needed to be in the movie.
Have you seen the movie?
Yes.
Okay, I was just double checking.
Yes. We saw Barbenheimer. We saw Oppenheimer first,
lucky.
and then Barbie. No, we were worn out.
I bet. Because it's like what, 5 hours?
Yeah, and then we
Something
had to
like
drive to an AMC theater an hour and a half away.
Yep. Yeah.
Because we had an AMC. So the story is we went to a Coinstar and we put in all our things, and they didn't have you can't do cash in those anymore.
Yeah, most of the time it's for a bank or stores.
And so you had so I was like, sorry. So you had to do Amazon gift card, really?
Yeah.
So I was like, this one doesn't have it. Okay, we won't do it. We'll just wait. And then she's like, no. Look, they got an AMC gift card. Let's do an AMC gift card. Okay, let's do that. We put like $80 out of change into an AMC gift card, and then we get and then check on my phone. Where's the next closest AMC theater? Hour and a half away. So yeah, so it was like a long drive.
Yeah, the only one I know about is Arden. It's the one over by
AMC theater.
Is it not?
Nope.
I could have sworn the one on Arden was. Okay.
Tell you closest one.
Yeah,
hour and a half away. I promise.
Yeah,
I went to AMCtheater.com. I typed in Sacramento. Rough. There's one in Sacramento County.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half away. And at least I took our gift card, I guess.
Yeah.
And I saw Oppenheimer. I got some mixed feelings about it. I feel like it was too long. Usually I like long movies.
Yeah.
But this one, I was like, too long. Why was Robert Downey Jr. in that movie? I feel like all of those scenes didn't need to be in the movie.
I think it's because it's one of those like switcheroo movies.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like the entire if it's about Oppenheimer, the whole story could have been told without Robert Downey Jr.'s character in it at all.
But that's part of his life is the issue.
I feel like it just took time. Like the whole like up against the Senate, like the Senate hearing or the confirmation hearing or whatever. I was like, we don't need this in the movie.
Well, the story isn't just about what happens at Los Alamos. It's
but it's like
Oppenheimer's life.
But if that wasn't in that movie at all, then nobody would have been like, there's something missing from this movie.
Well, the issue was like with his life, turning it into a story. The draw was the conflict of developing the bombs before the Nazis did. When they realized the Nazis have surrendered, they needed to shift the conflict.
Yeah, but then the movie went on for 45 more minutes after that.
Yeah, but they shifted the conflict. Like from the beginning, something's going on with the hearing.
I just feel like you didn't need any of that stuff in the movie.
I don't know. I feel
it's
like
about the bomb making, then make it about the bomb making.
It's not really. It's about Oppenheimer. It's not about the bomb.
Then why is Robert Downey Jr. in it without Oppenheimer in a single scene with him for like 20 minutes of the movie is Robert Downey Jr. doing his own thing, and Oppenheimer's not even there.
See, I understand the frustration with this, but to play devil's advocate, it's also like, sure, you're right. Instead of this multi-award winning director, like, I understand that it's not clicking for you, and it's not.
He made yeah, but he made a.
You can do it.
The Dark Knight, but he made the Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
And that movie's not good.
And
okay, so that doesn't mean he always makes bangers.
No, I'm not saying he
that
always
movie is
does.
not good. If people might say that movie's good, it's not. It's not. That's not a good movie.
I mean, it's not the worst movie, but still.
I don't think it's good. I remember one time at the church, Frank's like, "It's a great movie." I go, "Is it? Is it a great movie? Or was the Dark Knight an amazing, phenomenal movie?
Yeah.
And then now you think this movie's great when it's actually not. Do you think maybe that?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "I think it's not."
Yeah. No, I think without telling that side of the story, the rush to make the bomb means nothing. Because his story isn't the fact that he made the bombs. It's the fact that he opened that door and he can't close it and he has to live with himself. And this is the product of that.
Yeah, then show that more instead of showing Robert Downey Jr. in a Senate confirmation hearing.
That's his villain.
I really liked the stuff. I really liked the stuff of Oppenheimer, like feeling the guilt of making the bomb. But they didn't really show that much. I wanted more of that. I thought it was going to be more like... I thought it was going to be a lot more of that. Of like showing his guilt of the making the bomb. But it was really only a little bit. I thought that was going to be a good portion of the movie.
Well, from what I've gathered, his guilt wasn't expressed, but it was implied. Like, everybody knew he was guilty because of it. Everybody knew he felt like it was his fault the bombs got dropped, even though he had no say as to when or where they were dropping them. But the fact that he made them, and that's what happened with them, he's guilty. So, because of that, people knew he felt guilty because of it. Like, knowing that, like, this is his tool that, wiped out a good portion of a population that can never, nothing can be done about that. So he needs to fix it for himself. And he wasn't exactly the kind of person to just come out and say, "Hey, I feel guilty about this," because it's not about him. Because he knows he can't undo it. He needs to change the future. And most of the story is him trying to do that and somebody trying to shut him down. So if you don't have that person shutting him down, what's the story? He made the bombs. Like, we knew he was going to do that. So they needed to have some sort of villain, which he actually had in his life.
I disagree.
I
don't think they needed a villain.
I get it.
He's his own villain.
True.
He made the bombs. Also, for the first hour of that movie, after an hour of the movie, I turned over to Skylar and I said, "This is the most dick sucking of a character I've ever seen in my
It really is.
life."
It really is.
Oh my god. Deep throating, like all the way fucking into their throat.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm assuming it's because then they're gonna tear him down. But oh my god, every character is like, he's the greatest genius that has ever lived in the entire fucking universe.
Well,
only one man can do this in the entire fucking world. And I was like, calm down.
Yeah.
I was annoyed. I was like, this is too much dick sucking.
No, I get it. The whole thing about like him being his own villain, he couldn't. is the issue. It's like
I just thought
there's a
it was
line
too
in the
long.
movie.
I just thought it was too
I get
long,
it. I get
and
it.
what you could cut out is all that Robert Downey Jr. shit.
I feel like there's a good portion of like that backroom trial you could have trimmed out.
You could have trimmed out some of the early.
You could have cut out 45 minutes of that movie. I don't know if that would have made the movie better.
I don't care about it being better.
That's the thing. It's like if they're gonna do it, it should be to make the movie better. But it explains his past and his story, so I don't think cutting it would have made the movie better. But
right.
I'm not a multi-million-dollar director.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that doesn't mean you make the
Or
right
writer.
That doesn't mean you make the right decisions.
No.
I've seen, so you know who was also multimillionaires? The writers of the 8th season of Game of Thrones. Those guys are also multimillionaires. But guess who?
I don't know about the writers.
Yeah, because there was the showrunners wrote it too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that's why they.
I didn't watch it. No, I watched it.
That's why
I didn't care.
Yeah, okay, and those guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so just because you're out, that doesn't mean you know.
But that was something they came up with on their own. Oppenheimer, I don't want to say is complete true, exactly how it
Yeah,
happened.
but Christopher Nolan wrote the screenplay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Okay, let's move on. Oh boy.
So part 2 of Oppenheimer. No.
All right.
You,
Watched 10 movies this week.
Jesus.
Past 2 weeks.
All right.
Hey, we were slow at work.
I bet. Go for it. What'd you watch?
So I watched The Rookie.
Mm-hmm.
That's got Charlie Sheen
Uh-huh.
and Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one? Sorry.
Is that one? The Rookie?
Yes, Charlie Sheen, Clint Eastwood. Guess who the rookie is? Charlie Sheen. That was very bad. That was not good. And it was like, so, I can't even explain. It's like he's a rookie, and of course, Clint Eastwood's a fucking total badass, and Charlie Sheen fucking sucks. And then there's like a fucking auto thief, drug lord kind of guy, and then they beat him. I don't know. I can't even explain it. It was bad.
Oh, it's the 90s one.
Yes.
Okay.
No, not your TV show.
No, I was thinking of the 2002 one with Dennis Quaid.
No. 1990.
I was like, wait a minute.
Then I watched Absolute Power.
Oh, yeah?
And that is Clint Eastwood is a jewel thief, and he witnesses a murder, and then by a government official, and then he has to like clear his name from that,
nice.
basically. And that was really good. I would highly recommend that one. A little bit anticlimactic, so you have to expect that. I feel like that going in, you might be let down. But Absolute Power, I thought was very good. Clint Eastwood did not want to act in this movie, though. At least in the first, you watch it the first half hour, he's just like this the whole time.
So Clint Eastwood. Got it. He's himself. He stumbled onto the cast. Or the
Fun fact, my grandma
the
went to high
stage.
school with Clint Eastwood.
Oh, yeah?
I think he's 2 years older than her.
Oh, yeah?
So she didn't know him, but she knew he went to high school. It was a big deal back then.
Okay.
There were way less movie stars.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Then watch Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson. That is Mel Gibson, and he's a cop, and at the very beginning, his daughter is murdered, and then he's trying to figure out who killed his daughter, and it's like a super powerful company cover-up type thing.
2010. 2 hours long.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. Mel Gibson has like no emotions. His daughter dies, and
It was Jack Bennett.
He's just looking up the movies after.
I saw the cast, yeah.
But that was pretty good. I would recommend that one.
Okay.
Then watch Rogue. That's Megan Fox being a badass, but otherwise a very bad B-rated movie. That's what I wrote down. And that was watched that with Skyla. And that's Megan Fox is like a super badass, like like special forces leader.
Oh, yeah, this one.
And then they rescue these girls, and then the bad guys are after them. But then also there's a deadly lion that's after them too.
Of course.
One lion.
Just the
one. It made
one.
it seem like there were a bunch of lions, but it's one lion. And that was not good, but entertainable, I guess.
Has a 4.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
It was not good.
64% on Rotten Tomato.
B-rated, it's a shitty B-rated movie with a bunch of action. I like those movies.
Anything. Never mind. I'll be nice.
What?
I was saying
Anything with
by,
Megan Fox in it?
No, I was saying anything with Seagal.
He's not in that.
No. Just B-rated trash.
Then I watched The Guardian.
Oh yeah.
Just a great movie. With
Yeah?
Skylar. Made Skylar watch it.
Yeah.
Made Skylar watch it.
Yeah.
Just a great fucking movie. You don't even have to look it up.
I'm trying to remember which one it is.
Come on, man. Hey,
Is
man.
it The Guardian
Hey,
or just Guardian?
Nick.
Yeah.
20 minutes. Just fingertips.
Okay.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you remember immediately. Yeah, I know you. That's just a great movie.
Great movie.
It's so good. Then watch Cyrus. That's early Jonah Hill movie. Is Jonah Hill, John C. Reilly, Marissa Tomei.
Oh, you gotta be careful. We're not allowed to watch him anymore because he's a misogynist.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the right guy, right?
Jonah Hill.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about John C. Reilly. I was like, I thought he was cool.
No,
I
he's
thought you were
cool.
talking about Marissa Tomei, and I was like, oh, we loved her.
Yeah.
That was weird. Is pretty good. It was awkward but interesting. That's what I wrote down. And Jonah Hill starts. John C. Reilly starts dating Marissa Tomei.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonah Hill is like a 20-year-old son, and it's one of those super awkward movies where like it's like a comedy from like 2000. And it was just, and then the kid basically like tries to break. He's 20 years old, and he tries to like kind of break them up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those really weird movies where they're like, it's a lot of like staring at each other and like really slow. Like one of the main plot points is like he stole his shoes. So like John C. Reilly like spent the night and then his shoes were gone. And he's like, why would he steal my shoes? Like, it's so weird that he stole my shoes. Isn't that weird? Like, he stole my shoes.
It's like, we get it, buddy.
Yeah, and it's like, and that was like an awkward movie. I had to skip past some scenes, but. All right, then I watched this movie called Backcountry. It's about this couple that go on a camping trip, and then a bear attacks them.
Oh, nice.
And this dumb bitch drops the bear repellent, dude. You
gotta love it.
That shit up.
Gotta love it.
She drops it. She sprays it at the bear and she dropped it. Like, I'm like, pick the fucking bear repellent up. Spray his fucking eyes. Jesus
God.
Christ. That was like a random ass movie. But why does every movie with people getting lost in the woods have to be the same at the end? It's so annoying. It's like where it's like got weird music playing, and then it's a lot of them like stumbling through the forest, being disoriented, like grabbing under a tree, and like every movie that I ever see with somebody getting lost in the forest is.
You ever get lost in the forest?
I don't care. I don't care. It's just boring. Every movie, I was like, at the end, I was like, skip. I was like, I get it. It was literally like 20 minutes of like nothing happening, just everyone like, and then like obviously flashbacks, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. Then I did watch the Hunger Games 3 Part 1.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
That was okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It was like they're like doing a rebellion, but then like barely do any rebelling because they're spreading one book over 2 movies, right?
Yeah.
And I could tell they're spreading.
Oh
this,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that was back when like everything needed a part.
Yeah, they
2.
tried to do that with Divergent, and then they split the 3rd book into 2 movies, and they did 3 Part 1, and then it didn't make enough money. Then they didn't make 4, so 4 never, so they never finished. I was like, come on, that'd be so
dumb.
And then I watched Deja Vu.
Which one's that one?
Danzel.
Okay, I was just double checking.
Yeah, that's just a great fucking.
It's
movie
a good
too.
movie.
That's also
Great concept.
A really good fucking movie. God, that movie's so good. And Barbie.
Yep. How was Barbie?
Good.
We can talk about it again if you want.
Alan, best character. I don't know if you've seen memes.
I
don't know
have.
if you've seen memes, but
I have. I saw a clip as to like why Alan's in the movie. Like apparently like
because all of Ken's clothes fit him. He's Ken's buddy.
Yeah.
And there was an interview, and they're like, so Alan's Ken's best friend, and he's like, well, to be technical, he's Ken's buddy.
Yeah.
And all of his Ken's clothes fit him.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta remember that.
Yeah.
He's like, so make sure you know that all of Ken's clothes fit him.
Apparently there was like a release of an Alan as like Ken's friend.
Yeah.
Or buddy.
No, every single Barbie or Ken in that entire movie is a real.
Oh yeah, yeah. But they only ever released one Alan, and it was in that costume that he shows up in, that stripe.
Yeah.
And they even bring it up. It's like, well, I don't know why I'm the only one. And somebody was like, looked it up.
Like, there's only one Alan. He's like, yeah, I always wondered about that.
Yeah. Apparently they only ever released one, yeah. And then they were like, this didn't work. Never again. Just Ken's.
Yeah.
There was a movie.
Then, my favorite is like Ryan Gosling He did.
I hear he did a phenomenal
Yeah,
job.
he did really good. But he did an interview, with Jimmy Fallon, with the Tonight Show,
Yeah.
and he was like, and I've watched that clip multiple times, and then he was like, so I read the script, and he goes, best script I've ever read.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about it, and I went in the backyard, and where did I see Ken? Face down on the ground next to a squish lemon. And he took a picture, and he said, and then I texted Greta, and he said, I shall be your Ken, for his story must be told.
That's great.
And I was like, that's a sign from God. He's like, I need to be Ken.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Face down. I was like, next to his, that's funny. All right.
There's this movie I was looking at. I saw a clip from it, and I was like, this is great. I got to watch this. It's called Dog Soldiers. Came out in 2002. A routine military exercise turns into a nightmare. This? I'm going to.
Like, I got it right there.
No, you fucking don't.
Nick, we talked about this. It's one of my favorite movies.
No, you fucking don't. I was going to quiz you on this. I spent 20 minutes looking for... You're kidding me. Oh, my God. Oh, I was going to quiz you on this. We talked about this. Oh, man, that spoils like the next 5 minutes
we talked about this. I've said this. My favorite... one of my favorite... Remember?
Oh, God.
That's one of my 6 favorite movies.
I didn't realize it was the same movie.
Yeah. So we got Dog Soldiers, School of Rock, Rudy, Remember the Titans,
Yo.
Okay, Deep Blue Sea, and Four Brothers. I got all of them right there.
Yo, I'm so... Like, what are the odds, dude? I'm so happy you fucking just had this laying around.
It's so good. It's such a good fucking movie, Nick.
I saw the one clip where the one comes through the door, and I was like...
Nick, it's so good.
This is great.
You love that movie. It's so good.
Oh,
look, they're all right there. All those movies right there. Ooh.
Well, sure shit.
I bought them all. I want to have
sure shit. Yeah, there we go.
I made Skylar watch them all.
No joke. I watched a handful of clips from that movie and then went to IMDb to like research the movie. I was like, I'm gonna bring it up.
You got some?
Not anymore.
You got some trivia?
Not anymore.
About werewolves. It's British.
Yeah.
It's got fuck. What's his name? Oh shit.
Nobody.
No.
You can do it.
Fuck.
You can do it.
From Grey's Anatomy. Owen. It's got Owen from Grey's Anatomy.
Kevin McKidd?
I don't know the actor's name. Okay. Red hair, the main character. He's in Grey's Anatomy. He's in fucking, I don't know, 15 seasons.
Yeah. It's loading. I swear. Owen. This guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I saw him in Grey's Anatomy, I was like, that guy's from Dog Soldiers.
No joke.
No, I was watching it with Skyla. Yeah. Dog Soldiers with Skyla. And she's like, that guy's...
That guy's in Grey's Anatomy.
I think she didn't recognize him. Oh,
okay. Okay.
And then I was watching it. I was like, that's it. And I'm like, you watched the movie with him. And then I looked at it. She's like, that's him? That's what it was.
Yeah, I saw that one clip and I was like, this looks great. So I looked at the reviews and stuff and the breakdown, and it just explains the whole movie and gets to the bottom, and it's like, what do they have to face? Werewolves. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring it up, read that out, and see if you can guess what monster they have to fight.
Well, he said dogs. Probably shouldn't have said the name of the movie.
It didn't matter. Like, they could have been anything. Could have been vampires. We don't know. But I guess we can move on.
Yeah. Then you keep looking, you see some other great. You
got Power Rangers.
Straight Outta Compton.
Great movie.
Batman vs Superman. Boondock Saints. Chicken Little. Men Who Stare at Goats. Kick-Ass.
I really wanted to see Men Who Stare at Goats.
You can borrow it.
No, I'm not borrowing more of your stuff. I got to get rid of the stuff that I already have.
You still have Tropical 6 that you've never played. And then... Yeah,
watch Deep Water. That was a great movie.
I still haven't seen it.
You still haven't seen Deep Water?
No, I over there on that pile, I got Deep Water Horizon, Venom, Tag.
Did you skip like 8?
The Assassination of Wyatt Earp by the coward Robert Redford.
Jesse James.
I
just see Jesse James on.
Oh, the Murder of Jesse James by the coward. I think it's Robert Redford. I think it's the same name as that actor.
No, it says Wyatt Earp.
Oh, it's two different movies. There's 2 different movies.
Okay, I was gonna say it just says Jesse James in a different.
That's why
font.
I said Wyatt Earp, because the first one, and that's the only way I could buy that movie. And I bought those, and I still haven't seen those movies. I also got Boondock Saints 2, still haven't seen that in that pile.
That's such a good movie. I'm waiting on 3. Apparently they were writing it. Well, not anymore, but you know.
Well, what happened was me and Skyla. Here's what happened. Me and Skylar were like, well, let's watch Boondock Saints 1 and 2. And we watched 1, and then like 20 minutes in, we got into a fight about the movie. And then, turned it off.
Was it about rope?
I don't know. I was like trying to mention how like it's kind of spiritual-y.
I mean, yeah.
And she was like,
I don't want to say.
I can't remember. And she was like,
spiritual.
I disagree or something like that. And I was like, how could you disagree?
I think it's more like faux spiritual, but I get it. Like they think it's spiritual.
Because they say they're like God, they say stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, they're on a
So
mission
I think
from
it was
God.
a fight like that. I don't know. It was 6 years ago.
Well, you're still together, so it wasn't that important.
But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just saying, you can see some other great. Straight Outta Compton. That's a great movie too. Straight
Straight
Outta. Have you
Outta
seen Straight Outta Compton?
Good
That's a
movie.
great fight. I've watched that movie like 5 times. I'm like, it's so good.
But Power Rangers, though,
We watched that.
it's a pretty good movie.
Pretty good.
Solid 7 out of 10.
I'll take it.
Solid.
I'll take it. For someone who doesn't give a fucking shit about Power Rangers at
Nope.
all, to say 7 out of 10, that's pretty good.
It's a great movie, honestly, truly. I really wish they would have
All right.
gone on.
All right, Nick, so you can watch Dog Soldiers. Then when you come back, then you borrow Men Who Stare at Goats.
Sure.
I made Skylar watch Men Who Stare at Goats too.
I hear it's fucking
It's
great.
a great movie. You would
I
love
hear
it. You would
it's
love it.
Hilarious.
You would love Men Who Stare at Goats.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you'll love Dog Soldiers because I love it.
Yeah.
And we're the same person.
TV shows?
TV shows. As I said last week, I've actually been trying to get through some South Park and actually try to watch it.
Yeah, you messaged me about
Halfway
an
through season
episode.
4.
Go on.
I texted. I said I did not see this Wendy and Cartman love
Love triangle
story
thing, yeah.
episode coming. I was like, I did not see this coming at all.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
great.
That got me out of nowhere. I was like,
Yeah. Season 4, still like
I was
pulling
like,
the carpet off
there's
from
one
underneath.
episode, and it was like, okay, there's one episode where they're doing no, I watched a boy band episode, and then right at the very end, they're about to do a song, and then Kenny gets crushed, and I was like,
Hey.
that got me. That one got me. It hasn't got me at all because I expect him, but that one I was like, no. I was like, Kenny. That one got me. I was like, no. I was like, they were about to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And then another one was really funny. These are just ones that I remember.
Yeah.
I think it was.
You can do it. Work with me. I'll help you out.
Oh, shit, Stan was gonna die, or was it Kyle was gonna? Who needed a kidney? I can't remember which one.
Kyle needed a kidney, and they were
Kyle
going to get
needed
it from
kidney,
Cartman.
And then Stan was like,
My best friend's
he was
going to
like
die.
telling Kenny, he's like, I can't believe he's gonna die. And Kenny's like, you don't seem to care when I die.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he's gonna die. And then Kenny's like, screw you. I'm going home.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
That's great.
I like his season. So, a couple of podcasts ago, I asked you a question. I said, hey, when did South Park get good?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is season 4. I think season 4 is it hits its stride.
I think I did specify. It's like there's like 1 or 2 episodes in season 1 and 2, and then there's just jump to like
season 3 had some
season 3.
good ones, but I
maybe
think season
season
4 is where it hits its stride, and then
Yeah.
now it's South Park. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I feel. And that was
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said like season 4, season 5.
yeah. And I like season 4. They're actually Kenny's actually kind of having a character.
Yeah.
I think he's actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
In season because he hadn't done almost
anything. Yeah.
But now he kind of has a character. He kind of has his own thing, which which I like. Now they're actually giving him more stuff.
No, it's great.
And here, pop quiz. What's the first episode Kenny doesn't die in?
Christmas episode.
What's the second episode Kenny doesn't die in?
Oh, that's a good one. I don't remember off the top of my head. I just remember because they like fake you out because they keep trying to like almost kill him in the Christmas episode.
Yeah, second. You can do the second episode. I guarantee you.
Is it in season 1?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not the Barbara Streisand episode,
It's
is it?
half of a trick question.
Is it because he's not in it or some shit?
Yeah.
Is it a part 2 because he
No.
already died in part 1 or
Nope.
some shit? It can't be the
First
Barbara
season.
Streisand.
What's the last episode of the first season?
I don't remember.
Remember I texted you like, what the fuck is up with this?
I'd have to go back to the
It's the
messages.
Terrence and Phillip episode.
Oh, when they like boycott the Terrence and Phillip office?
When it's just Terrence and Phillip, the last episode of season 1, right?
Okay.
Remember Remember it's just the whole Terrence and Phillip episode.
Yeah, because they I think they were trying to figure out. It's like the Thanksgiving special or something, right? Because I thought it was when they were trying to figure out who Cartman's mom was, and they were like next time, and it's like damn it, because it was the Terrence and Phillip episode. I have to go back and check.
And then the next time
Okay.
was a Terrence and Phillip episode.
I guess because that is a trick question because
Yeah.
he's not technically
Now,
in it, but yeah.
what's the third episode he
damn
doesn't
it.
die in?
I don't know.
Also
Don't
a
remember.
trick question because he's also not in it.
God damn you.
So what's
Then
the
it
next
doesn't count.
episode after that one he does not in?
I don't remember. Because he doesn't talk, so it's like hard
I
to
think he
pin
dies
down.
in every episode of season 2.
I'm pretty sure it's every episode in season 2, so I think the significant episode he doesn't die in would have to be in like season 4.
See, he doesn't die in one episode of season
Is it season 3? Because he's not in it.
3. Yeah, he's not in one. He's not in 2 episodes of season 3.
I don't remember.
The first 2 episodes. Remember those 2?
No, I'd have to.
It's just Cartman episode.
Okay.
He's being babysat by Shelly.
Oh, that's right.
doesn't
That
die
is
in
in
that
season
one.
2.
And then the next one, he's not in the next one, which is just Stan at the party at the house when he's hangs out with Butters and Pip, I think. And then the little kid. If you remember, he's not in that episode either.
I was gonna say, I think there was something going on, like they
and
killed
then
him
the
off.
next
and he didn't.
episode is Kyle and Kenny, and then he dies in that one, and he meets Moses.
That's right. It's when
Yeah.
they take him to Jew camp or some shit.
Yeah. So those are the first 4 episodes he doesn't die, I think. And then somebody's gonna be like, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna in the comments.
But I'm pretty sure.
I
trying to
think
keep
something
paying
happens at the end of season 2, where he dies and they just don't bring him back.
He doesn't like the beginning of like early in one episode from Combustion.
Yeah, from his girlfriend. He holds in his farts. I remember
Yeah.
these. Yeah.
So that was like that was in the first 5 minutes or whatever, and he dies, which is like the first or second time that ever happened because they had like a funeral for him.
Yeah, and then he just doesn't come back until like season 2, right?
I'm pretty sure he's in. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
might be
I mean, I'll go back and check. I'll watch it, and then I'll let
But
you
you didn't
guys
tell
know
me
in
the
the
answers
comments.
I wanted, so I'm still
I don't
right.
care.
But actually, I'm right. He doesn't die into those episodes. But might not be. I got
And-
you with that trick question, though. You couldn't even
I mean,
remember.
yeah, because it's a trick question, but I guess, yeah, it is a good trivia question.
And I think he's died in every episode he's been in, except for the Christmas episode.
Up to that point, yeah.
Up to now, where I am, I'm halfway through season 4.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you're right on that. They'd stop killing him off consistently later in the seasons. But they also have a
Yeah, I know
reason
that.
for it because they start tying episodes together. So it's like part 1 and part 2 unofficially.
And I think I read somewhere that they were like getting kind of tired of the joke.
Like I know the World of Warcraft episode, he doesn't die. I'm almost positive he doesn't die.
Yeah,
But it's also like they don't do anything.
Yeah, I think it was when they replaced him for was that a full season or something like that?
I don't remember. I don't remember if it was a full season, but there is a season where he is gone for a while.
I think it's a full season to replace him with Butters, right?
Well, they gave Butters more story, and they couldn't. I don't want to say they couldn't. I'm not going to speak for him. They were just getting tired of the killing Kenny joke.
Yeah. So I think that happened. I think I read somewhere where they were like getting tired of the killing Kenny joke, so they just killed him off. Like I think they said for good.
Yeah.
And eventually they brought him back, and then I think now they're like just killing him less, just because it's not as it's like not.
Well, because they brought up like why does Kenny keep coming back, you know, and then around that time they came up with the whole idea that it was like a ritual that his parents went through. That's why he keeps coming back. Yeah.
Coon and Friends episode, third Coon and Friends episode, I think. The end they reveal it or something.
Yeah, there was an episode where he died, and then his mom was pregnant and gave birth to another Kenny.
In like season 3, end of season 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Gives birth to it, and it's like, well, since his brother died, let's name him Kenny. And then the daddy's like, man, this supposed to be like the 50th time this has happened. She goes, 52nd.
Yeah. So it wasn't always just like he would get brought back. It was like there would be another Kenny. Then they just shifted it. So I was like, okay.
They like said that,
That
but it
makes
was
sense.
like, but see, here's my fan theory or whatever.
Yeah.
Is I'm like, because like I said in that one episode, Kenny, he's like, we don't care when I die. My fan theory or whatever is that they've seen him die so many times that they don't remember, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But subconsciously, like they know that they don't care that he'll just come back.
Yeah.
So subconsciously, they know that he'll just come back,
Yeah.
but they don't remember him dying.
Well, to them, he just leaves and then comes back the next day. Like it's not even a matter of him dying because, like I said, it's like the ritual makes everyone forget.
But it's not the same day sometimes because multiple days will pass. He'll die and then multiple days will pass.
But it's like not seeing your friend for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. So I think that's my fan theory is that subconsciously they don't remember that he's dead.
He doesn't figure out that they forget until later on. It's not explicitly said, but when he reveals it, like, yeah, I come back because of a ritual and my friends don't remember, it's kind of clued in. It's like he didn't know they didn't know until he realized, oh, they don't know.
Maybe
At some point, he realized, oh, I'm going to die and come back, and they don't know that I'm not going to be here.
Like, it's so far away. I want to get to it, but it's going to take me a while.
I think it is like season 6 or 7.
No, it's...
The Coon and Friends?
Checked. It's like season 12 or some shit.
The Coon and Friends episodes? Yeah. Okay.
Because we were in high school.
Yeah, you're
we were
right.
Juniors in high school when it came out.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm season 4 now, and it's the year 2000.
I guess true. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they've only moved up like 2 number grades.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So it's
So,
it's the year 2000. I just checked.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
year 2000, and I know that episode came out in 2011.
somebody did the math and were like counting every single day and night cycle in the show, and they were like,
God.
"Yeah, it tracks. So much more happens during their day than what we see in the episodes." It's like, huh? No wonder some crazy shit is going down. It's like GTA in South Park.
Yeah. So that was our South Park.
There was South Park
10 minute
trivia.
South Park rant trivia type of thing. Or what? I forgot what I was saying. It was like in that Coon and Friends 3 episode. I think that's what it is.
Mhm.
He's like, "I've been shot, stabbed, run over, burned
Yeah.
alive. You know what that does? It hurts. It fucking hurts."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Man, Kenny, calm down, man. It's just a joke. We're just playing around.
He's like, it's not to me.
It's not a joke."
Yeah.
So it's like, so he feels the pain. So
He feels it, yeah.
Feels the pain.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot like that rats eating him is also part of the story. Like I didn't even like remember that
Because they get rid of the body, yeah.
I didn't even remember that until watching it, and I was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, they used to always just immediately swarm
yeah."
on him.
I forgot that. And then there's one episode where Cartman's like, or Kenny, something happens to Kenny. I forget what it is, but he's like hypnotized. He's like, I don't know. Maybe
Was it the Chin Pokemon one?
I can't remember. He gets hit in the head or whatever, and then Cartman, like the rats come up to him, and Cartman's like, "No, go away. He's not dead yet."
Yeah.
And they come back. He's like, "He's not dead yet. Go away." And then
Yeah.
rats burst out from inside him. He's like, "Oh, he's dead."
So I got a question for you. Test your South Park knowledge.
Oh no.
What was the first episode Kenny died more than once?
Have I reached it?
Yes.
More than once.
Yep. He dies, I believe, 3 times in one episode. This is kind of a trick question.
Which season?
I want to say season 1.
Can I go through the episodes?
I'm almost positive you'll immediately get it if you do.
Is the musical episode?
No.
Yeah, because that's season like 3. I don't know. Hold on.
Do you want
Let me go through the episodes. real quick. Hold on,
This
people.
is kind of a good one.
Hold on. I should let you do this. Well, but I kind of want to just get through it.
Yeah. We can cut most of this out.
Yeah.
We'll make it a short.
Yeah.
Our first ever.
Yeah, we're just saying the episode where God shows up and
Where Jesus shows up?
God shows up
Oh, okay.
and he's like, "How come I don't have my period?" I was like, and all the adults are mad. I was like, "Oh my god." Yeah, I don't know.
It is. It is in season 1.
Okay, the boom. I have absolutely no idea.
Episode 7. Pink Eye. He gets crushed by a satellite and then gets turned into a zombie and then gets cut in half and then comes back and then gets crushed by a statue. He dies 3 times in an episode.
Okay, kind of a trick question.
Kind of, but I did say it was a trick question.
Anybody who does a trick question is a little punk ass bitch.
Well, you did 2, so what does that make you?
All right, wait, and that's it. I haven't watched any other TV shows except some random episodes of like King of the Hill sometimes.
Yeah. I started Harmon Quest, the Dan Harmon D&D show. It is exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's hilarious. Jess hates it. She watches it
Dan
for
Harmon
me.
and who?
It's just random people he'll have on. He plays D&D with his celebrity friends in front of a live studio audience, and they have a set DM that runs the game for them, but the episodes are like 20 minutes long, so they really speed through stuff. So combat, it's like everybody gets one turn, and then the plot moves on. It's like
Okay,
everybody
that's
gets a chance to at a puzzle, and then the plot moves on because everything's in front of an audience. And I believe I've only finished episode 1. I believe they kill off their celebrity guest every episode, just so they can have a new celebrity
minutes?
guest. It's like
There's
25.
There's like
Oh yeah. I mean, they get a lot done because there's no
yeah.
like commercials or anything because it's I think Hulu, but still, it's pretty funny. It's a nice
You ever
toe
watch
dip.
the Matt Mercer stuff?
The crit roll?
Yeah.
It's like 4 hours, dude. I've seen clips.
What's the Matt Mercer high noon joke? I don't know what
He plays McCree.
Does he
in
play
Overwatch.
McCree?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I didn't really know.
He played McCree in Overwatch,
Okay,
and then they
'cause I saw
changed his
some
name.
clip and some guy, he's like,
He's like, it's
guy
high
there
in the sky.
is high you seen that? And
I've
he's
seen
like,
that
high
one,
noon? And then Matt like stares at him, and he's like,
It's midday. It's like, good
so
enough.
Critical Role. I
Yes.
don't know if you heard about this. They did what Rooster Teeth were too much pussies to do.
Pussies.
What'd
they do?
They actually, deleted
Yeah.
all episodes with
Yeah.
with the guy who physically abused his wife, who was also on the show.
Yep. They also got rid of a whole ass character
Yeah.
off of the cast because he was being a douchebag.
Yeah, they like actually deleted. Maybe they didn't delete, but
I'm pretty sure they deleted him.
yeah.
They were like, if people have
or
them
made
saved,
private.
they have them
They
saved.
probably like made private, like just because. I don't know.
Yeah, but they took them down.
Let's just say deleted. They deleted and it was like 200 episodes.
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
I
he's
think it was a
shitty
whole
person?
campaign.
Delete. Rooster Teeth was like, oh, he's a shitty person. Okay.
Yeah. To be fair, I think there was
They didn't even
contract
change
issues.
the thumbnails. Yeah, but they could have changed the thumbnails. They didn't even change the thumbnails.
True. But
They
I
could
think
have
they were
changed
just
the thumbnails at any fucking point.
I think they were being
changed the
cowards and avoiding legal trouble, allegedly. You never know. But I think there was something in the
their
contract.
contracts at Critical Role must have been like, you don't get shit.
I think they were just like, we'll take it. Like, what are you gonna do? We got the money. Like, what are you gonna do? You know. So I think but they're also like a more upstanding company. You know, they're definitely for the fans and for the people.
Ashley Johnson is just a treasure.
Absolutely. So is
Treasure of this world.
So is Jeff.
We need to protect her.
So is Jeff.
So is Jeff now. Once he
Matured a little.
divorced, Jeff is a treasure to the world.
Even before,
Before,
like,
yeah, but
working through his marriage,
I feel like
Jeff.
divorce was
yeah.
like, boom, like
Yeah.
the like.
Oh yeah.
From Jeff Ramsey from Laser Ramsey from Rooster Teeth.
Yep.
And Ashley
Griff.
Johnson from Critical Role and a bunch of other shit.
Yep.
I love her.
Was she in Last of Us?
Yeah, I think so. No.
Wasn't she?
Yes.
Didn't she play Ellie?
Yes, but I forgot, so I didn't know what to say.
Because she was in the show for like an episode. She played Ellie's
she
mom.
Played Ellie, right?
So I was like, yeah, I remember when they brought her up. She was like, she played Ellie in the show or in the game. Of course, I'll bring her back for the movie.
What
Totally
else?
forgot.
What else was you been in?
I don't remember. I mean, Last of
I
Us
know it's
2.
Ashley Johnson. Blind Spot, What Women Want, Critical Role, The Last of Us.
Fucking noise.
So nothing.
Nothing else. To be fair, nothing else.
She's still a treasure.
Still a treasure.
I've seen clips of her.
Still
on Critical
amazing.
Role. I love her.
Did you see the terrible dildo clip from Crit Roll? You can bleep that.
No.
Matt was describing an object. He was like, it's a wooden cylindrical like shaft, like maybe like 5 or 6 inches. And one of them was like, it's a dildo. And he's like, it's not.
And she was Gwen in Ben 10.
Gwen?
Except not the after the first series.
Ugh. Hi, Boo.
Come here. Can you jump up? Come on.
He's like 90. He's
Come
like, I'll find a way. I'll move.
Go
Give you
boy.
every
Can you see
advantage.
him on your camera? There's my old boy. Huh? There's our good boy. All right. Anything else?
Yes, but I'm like drawing a blank. Demon Slayer. I watched a little bit of Demon Slayer.
Nice.
I made bacon, cheddar, white cheddar shells and
Stop.
bacon
You're making me
with
Make me-
breadcrumb
making me
crust.
feel a certain type of way.
Oh, it was so good. And we watched Demon Slayer. It was great. Great day.
You know, this was going to be a super short episode, but then
No, it wasn't.
then we started.
No, it wasn't.
We're not on some tangents. Not really. I feel like most of the tangents were related.
Yeah. We're sticking to it pretty well.
We didn't really go off on like a crazy tangent.
We might have new shows.
Yeah. Well, probably, yeah. It's probably best to announce that in like the beginning or the end of a video, in the exact middle. We're ramping it up. If you've got this far, we're ramping it up.
Yeah. I figured it'd be
We're
nice
going to
to
go slowly ramp it up, but we
Yeah.
are trying to actually ramp it up. We got other people involved.
We're gonna shift out of first into second.
Yeah, we're going to go into second. Other people involved. Skyla has stated very clearly she wants to be more involved. I know Gary wants to be more involved. I know Flynn and Skyla want to be more involved.
She can take an episode of the podcast if she wants.
So if
She
you're in
has
the
my
middle
permission.
of this episode or near the end ish,
Tell us what you want to see.
Yeah.
Get in the comments.
get in the comments. All right, so you done with TV shows?
Yeah, I'm pretty done with TV shows. They just take too long.
They just stupid. How about you've been watching The Rookie more or no?
I had to stop
You took a break.
because somebody forgot to pay our HBO Max, and then it shifted to just Max, and we haven't been able to log back in.
Yeah, we got a free Max for.
I know. We're using yours.
Are you really?
Skylar came over and signed in for us. I was like, all right, well, fine.
Who's this other name on that?
That's us.
That's
third
the
one?
other name.
That third one is us. Yeah, thanks, bud. Appreciate it. It's like back in the Netflix
I'm
days.
not paying for it.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
my mom.
Yeah.
Somebody should clip this, send it to her. I had her Netflix, and like 10 different people had it.
Yeah, I won't lie. I'm pretty sure my cousin had it
It's
for the
10.
longest time.
So people I didn't know had it, like straight up.
I'm pretty sure it was because of my cousin.
And my mom was just, and then she like paid for the extra screens.
Didn't matter.
And
Still couldn't
yeah,
watch.
she was like, I know other people have it, so I'll just pay for the extra screens. It was like $2 more back then.
Yeah.
And I remember one time she's like, Dominic, I know some of your friends have Netflix. Tell them to get off. I remember I called you. I was like, Nick, get off Netflix right now. My mom's gonna change the password. Nick, you gotta get off right now. She's gonna change the password. And you're like, okay. And I remember you were watching a movie or whatever. You're like,
I
okay,
just turned my PlayStation
okay,
off.
I got off.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, good.
As soon as you were like, she's gonna change the password, I was like, cord out of the
I was
wall.
like, she changed the password, man. You're not getting it. She's not telling me it.
Oh yeah.
It was like 10 different people. I swear.
Oh yeah. I just
Ray
remember a
had it.
frantic phone call
Yeah,
at
Ray
like
had it. And one time I
10:30.
was like, you gotta get off. She's so mad.
Yep.
Ray had it. You had it. I'm pretty sure Nathan had it.
I remember you telling me you were like, yeah, she's gonna get more like viewing screens. So I think it was like bumped to 2 or from 2 to 3. I was like, sweet. Now some other people was like, nope, it didn't change
I
anything.
wasn't giving it to people. It was like I would log in on somebody else's device and just leave it logged in.
Yep.
That was funny. Good times.
I
And my mom knew.
I remember I was
she's a real
messing.
G,
I think I was messing with you, or I was messing with your mom, and I thought it was you, because it said it's like there's too many people watching. You have to like back out or something. I was like, no, and I kept watching, and it did it again. I was like, I'm kicking somebody off. It's probably Dom, and then I got an aggressive text. It's like, get off of Netflix. I was like, okay.
I think she made. I don't know if she did make something, or she just left the TV on on Netflix all the time or something.
Yeah.
Something I thought. This might be made up. I thought she made hers like the main one or something. I don't know if
Yeah.
you could do that. Make yours the main, take priority.
I think
over
when
other ones.
you make the account, you can set up like a parental account.
Yeah, she did something like that.
I think she set up hers to where I wouldn't kick her off.
Your hair's getting long, man.
Mhm.
How long are you
Just
gonna grow
braided
it?
it.
Yeah, how long are you gonna grow it?
I don't know. So I just decided to cut it off. Maybe next month. I don't know. I might do it in September. Take about 2 inches off.
Like you got like this hair back here that's not.
Yeah,
long
it's
enough.
too short. Same
Yeah.
with like this hair up here. I just like roll it in and
Yeah.
just be done with it.
All right. So, sports.
Sports. I almost went to the fights last night.
But you didn't.
Didn't. My foot was on fire.
Okay.
Got my seasonal
baseball's going on right
sprained
now.
ankle.
Shohei Ohtani. People are like they're like he's gonna go down as the greatest baseball player to ever play the game.
That man is.
He pitched a one
That man
hit,
is a
He
specimen.
pitched a one-hit game, and then in that same game took back the home run leader
Yeah.
in the league.
He was the first person to have the most strikeouts and highest home run rating for a pitcher or something like weirdly niche, but also like incredible to have. Because I think it was like the fastest somebody hit like 500 home runs and like struck out like 200 players or some shit. But it was crazy fast.
I saw this TikTok and it was about Nolan Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan Ryan, he played against somebody. He struck out somebody who made their debut in 1966
Mm-hmm.
and struck out somebody who made their debut in 2010.
Yeah, that's a weird record to have, but I mean, it's a great
But-
record.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That means that other guy played for 25 years and
Yeah.
he played for 25 years.
Yeah.
And it was like he threw like the most pitches of anybody.
Yeah.
He has more strikeouts than everybody ever, or something like shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
He only had, it was something like he struck out like 5,000, something like that.
Mhm.
5,000 different batters, something crazy.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. He only gave up like 100 some home runs
Oh, yeah.
out of like out of pitching for 25 years. It was some crazy. Nolan Ryan's got some crazy stats, and I just saw this TikTok and I was like, holy shit. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah,
real
him and
quick.
Ohtani are phenomenal players.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so pissed Otani's playing for Angels, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it sucks he's playing for them, but like he absolutely is making every dollar he deserves. Like
He's making
he could probably
compared
honestly,
to his
could be making more. Yeah.
I always say that compared to his sport.
I mean, you got people like Bryce Harper who are just hitting fucking nukes.
Yeah.
I still think he's paid way too much.
Dude, I read something. It was
What-
like
what
a
do
few
I
years
know?
ago, and I was like, dude, I just watched this video, and it was like technically Bryce Harper is underpaid.
Technically,
They're
yeah.
like technically, and then it was Jake. I was playing with Jake, and he's like, bull fucking shit. He's like $500 million. I was like, but technically compared to everybody else, he's technically still underpaid.
Yeah, with how many home runs he has or how many hits he has, if you were to put a dollar amount on it, he is hitting way above his value.
Yep.
He should be getting paid more, but when you're thinking about how much he's getting paid, it's astronomical.
This is the stat. One of the stats I found. It was Nolan Ryan's arm was so damaged by the first 5,000 innings of his career, he was only able to strike out 16 Blue Jays when he no-hit them at age 44. It's a cautionary tale for all young pitchers.
Oh man, that's intense.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. Oh man.
What? Nolan Ryan tore his UCL in his last game. He threw one last pitch to see if he could continue. It came in at 98 miles per hour.
Yeah, there's a lot of pitchers who go most of their career without throwing 98. Like, there's a good portion of them who just don't have that heat. But they can throw, like, a wicked curve or a wicked sink, or they can close really well and play mind games. But there's just some pitchers who can just absolutely bomb that ball down the line.
Yep. Nolan Ryan was the only pitcher to face the last 3 single-season home run leaders. Roger Maris, Mark McGwire, and Barry Bonds.
Nice.
They were 5 and 28 against him with 0 home runs.
Nice. That's intense.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life.
One of the other crazy stats that I heard the other day.
5.
I'm gonna shift over to like fighters real quick. Justin Gaethje just fought last night and won the BMF belt, with a crazy head kick in round 2. In his UFC career, he has not fought somebody outside of the top 10 in his weight class. He is only fighting people who are absolute murderers in their prime. And last night it showed. That man was throwing bombs. It was a crazy fight. Apparently Poirier, the guy he kicked the shit out of, literally, he said if it goes 25 minutes, they're going to have a conversation at the hospital because that's definitely where they're going. He said he's going to have to do something crazy because I'll outlast him. And sure enough, he did something crazy and knocked him out.
Here's one last Nolan Ryan stat. It was pitchers with the most no-hitters broken after the 7th inning.
Wait, run that back? What?
Pitchers with the most no-hitters broken after the 7th inning.
Go for it.
So in 6th place, Roger Clemens, 7. Tom Seaver, 7. Dean Chance, 7. Don Sutton with 8. Randy Johnson with 11. Nolan Ryan with 24.
I was going to say, I was like, what'd it be like? 14. Fuck. Oh, man.
Yep. Okay. There's Nolan Ryan stats. Music podcast streaming anything.
There is that one country song. I tried to get Jess to send it.
What song is it?
I tried to get Jess to send it to me.
What happens in this song?
I don't remember. I just remember it's hilarious. It's called What in Tarnation by Miles. Came out 3 years ago.
By Miles?
Just Miles.
Okay, we'll listen to it on the way home.
What about you? Music, podcast, streaming? Just a Ken song? Any podcasts? Anything about Ken? Or Barbie? In that order?
Think about... No.
Okay.
Listen to Andy Earbit. Not this week, but like a couple weeks ago, listen to a Smosh.
Yeah.
One, they were talking about buying the company, and I listened to Ear Biscuits. They
Nice.
did a funny thing. They did a truth or dare, eat it or eat it thing. And so then they do the thing, and then they answer truth or dare. And one of them landed on Ian, and the question is how much did Smosh cost to buy? And he's like, I'm not answering.
I want to know. I really want to know.
I don't know.
Because they bought it back from Rhett and Link, didn't they?
Yeah.
So
They could have taken out like a big loan, or they could have got a deal for it.
True.
Like that.
What if they got it for like $80? So what's after music, podcast, streaming?
Indie Game Club.
Indie Game Club. So did you play the indie game?
Yeah.
Nice.
Play it a little bit. I played like
Sorry,
twice,
I'm running hot
I think.
on the
So
mic.
kind of wish I had played it more.
You say you played it twice?
Yeah.
Care to explain what the game is?
You explain what the game is.
So it's called Stories: The Paths of Destiny. It is about
You did it. I don't think you do it.
a fox who's a swashbuckling rogue. The goal is to play through the story and pick up truths or find out truths about the timeline. And like Groundhog Day,
I kind of forgot that, and then I only started playing it a couple days ago, and I was like, oh shit, I should have played this like 10 times.
like Groundhog
Sorry.
Day, you go back to the beginning and use the information you got to change the path of your destiny.
Yeah, but he
Hence
doesn't
the name.
remember, which is annoying.
He does.
He said he didn't remember.
No, he does. If you go back through, like if you make the same decisions, an icon will pop up with the truth that you figured out from that path, and it will clue you in. So it won't change everything
Is
about
there a
that
reason
path.
that he was able to go back? Does it ever explain that once you beat it? Because it didn't explain. It just like magically went back. And I was like,
I don't
oh.
remember. I think
Yeah.
it's just the book.
I was like, oh. he
I think
just
the
went-
book gives
Oh,
him
there's
the power.
a book. Oh.
Yeah, I think the
'cause
book
Oh, that's
gives
why I
him the
said to
power.
the first page. Oh my god. It all makes sense.
So it's about a fox named Reynardo. Did you not remember his name?
No.
Oh. Won't lie. I couldn't remember his name for a while too. I was like, it's Ray something. But it's like 3 names mashed together. It's about Reynardo trying to figure out how to save the world and be the hero. As you go through, there's different branching paths, and each path kind of ends up killing him somehow. And he has to learn a lesson from it and do better the next time. So there's like 27 different endings, and once you've learned enough, you can have the final ending, and you'll use the information you gained to kind of worm your way through and make different choices. So it's basically replayability of the game.
Yeah. And it was real short.
It's pretty short.
Like
You
when it said
can
5 hours, you were like, bullshit. I
You
think that's
can-
to do like to get the minimum ending.
Well, there's only one ending, I believe. But you have to play through a certain amount of endings to get enough of the truths to play the final ending. And I think that's what they mean. So you have to play through the game like 4 or 5 times, which it's not long. It's like 30 or 40 minutes. If you skip the cutscenes, it's like 10 minutes. But you find the correct truths, and then it will let you know it's like, hey, you can kind of line these things up. You can figure out a way to make everything work in your favor and you don't die. Like the goal is to save yourself, the universe, and your girlfriend,
Dude,
ex-girlfriend.
It's like weird, like when you die, it like doesn't give you full health. So I'm like, it's just hard as shit sometimes. A couple times.
I think it's like whatever health you ended that
No,
last.
it goes to 50 or whatever, and I'm like,
Oh, does it?
yeah. Then I'm at 50 health, and I'm like 2 hits and I'm dead. And I'm
I think
like,
there's an upgrade.
yeah, maybe.
There
So
is.
it was
there is
annoying. I
upgrades.
was like annoyed. I was like, what is this?
Yeah. It is a fun game. It does have some like points where it's like, okay, that's annoying.
You kind of run through it real fast.
You really can. Like if you
I
know.
was like sprinting. You can sprint. I was like,
Oh yeah.
or
You just
dash,
dash
like,
through most of the game. Yeah.
dash.
It does have like a asymmetrical like dash away from somebody who's attacking you, so you can hit somebody else, or block this or counter this. It's very like Arkham, like Batman Arkham fighting style, but it's top down. So most of the game is just progressing through the story, and then they kind of pit stop to have a fight scene. There isn't really like bosses in the game either, but they mix it up by having certain levels have puzzles instead of a bunch of enemies. And depending on which paths you pick, you might just have fight scenes or you might just have puzzles. So it tries to keep the game fresh. How did you feel about the game for what you played?
I liked it.
What
Good.
truths did you get?
I don't remember, dude.
Okay. Do you remember your
She died.
character's best friend?
Lip L something? The rabbit? Whatever the fuck it was?
I just remembered his name like 5.
Lipito? Something like that?
Something like that.
I call him Bitch Boy.
He is a bitch boy.
Because he's a little bitch boy.
Okay, so each of them gives you a truth. So you learn a truth from your ex-girlfriend,
Mhm.
your best friend, and I think there's 2 artifacts that will each give you a truth, and you need to learn all of the truths from each of the paths, and then somehow use the truths to kind of weave through, mostly unscathed. The issue is you don't know which path will give you which truth. Which I found out very quickly. It's like, oh, I can't just make the same 3 decisions and then change the 4th one.
It's kind of like Burly Minute C.
Yeah.
Reminds me, it's like the same.
Yeah.
That's why you like Burly Minute C so much, because you like this game a lot.
Well, because it also has like a bunch of replayability. To be fair, I didn't finish this game like I did Burly Minute C, because it didn't take 2 hours to finish. It's supposed to take like 12. But still, it's I think it's a good game. What would you give it?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? Are you gonna keep playing it?
Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Let me know what you feel of like the ending.
We'll see what happens. I try, but
How'd you like the fighting?
not that much.
You're not a fan?
It's okay. It's like generic. It was like it's just a lot of mashing. Like
It really is, but you do get a bonus, or like it incentivizes you to not button mash, but it's not a penalty if you just say fuck it and button mash, which I kind of like. It should reward you more than it hinders you.
So I would recommend this game.
Yeah,
good.
It's a fun game.
All right. Once again, we forgot to pick the next game. Let's do Grow Home. That was one of the ones we picked, I think, before. 2.5 hours in length, 8 hours to 100% completion.
That's what I think.
All right, Grow Home. We're gonna play that.
We're gonna play Grow Home.
Grow Home.
Grow Home.
All right. Now, really fast. So
Yep.
we can wrap this up.
It's only been 2 hours.
We do know we go over, go over everything really fast.
I had a dog hair stuck to my face.
That we played last week. You said Magic. Did you play any Magic or no?
Yeah, I played a little Magic. I actually got my Merfolk Is It deck taken care
What's
of.
the deck count? It was 13 last. Did you make any more?
No, I don't think I made it anymore.
And I said new game, which I did. Play Forgotten Waters.
Nice.
The plan is next week to play
I was
Star
gonna
Trek
bring a deck.
Ascendancy. That's the plan. It's a
Nice.
Star Trek game,
Nice.
obviously. You said Ratchet and Clank. Did you play Ratchet and Clank at all?
I did not get the chance.
I said Spider-Man. Didn't play any. I still want to play the DLC. Didn't play any of it. Said Dear Esther. Did not play that. I said Grand Fandango. Did not play that.
Shame on
Didn't play
you.
anything. I just.
Yeah. No.
It
You said why.
And I've been on a movie kick.
There it is.
I kind of go through
That's
phases.
why.
Like I want to watch movies. I'm like, I just want to fucking watch movies.
Yeah.
You said Mission Impossible. You watched the first two. I said Hunger Games. So a little bit accomplished.
There we go.
You said Yellowstone. Did you watch Yellowstone at all?
Yeah, we did. Totally forgot to bring it up. We watched, I think, 3 episodes. But I think I watched it like right after I left here. I made dinner and we watched it.
Yeah. So you don't really remember.
Yeah.
And I said South Park, which I did watch a good amount over a season. And we said End Stories was the indie game. All right. So,
Nice.
now, real fast. Board game you want to play?
I want to play some more Horrified. I'm pretty sure Gary's going to come over and play it. He wants to try all of the monsters.
Yeah. And then I'll say, since the plan is to play Star Trek Ascendancy, I want to say a game. I'm just want to try and play Memoir 44 with Skyla.
Okay. That one was pretty fun.
Yeah. And then video games. I'm just gonna put one game.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna put Dear Esther. I'm gonna finish that. Play through it for a third time.
Uh-huh.
And then stories, and that's all I'm gonna put.
Okay.
To not put too much on me.
Okay.
What? I don't put too much on my plate.
No, I get it.
Video game?
Season 5 comes out for Call of Duty.
Like, come on, man. You gotta. This is how you felt me Apex and Siege, man. So.
No, it's not. Don't even.
Well, I mean, but that's all
Don't
I played
even.
for a while.
Yeah, but when you weren't playing it, that's all you were watching. When you weren't watching it, that's all you were thinking about. This is absolutely not.
Are you really gonna put Call of Duty?
I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be a default, but I'm gonna try to play something else. I'm gonna try to get some more Dark Cloud in.
Dark Cloud, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Dark Cloud. You gotta play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna play some more of it.
All right, and then next is movie.
I don't know if it's gonna come out by the next podcast.
I don't want to put.
I want to go to
Hunger
the
Games because this would be the 4th time I think I'm putting it. Although I am planning on watching it. So I'll just put that and then some movie with. I don't have a plan. It's Hunger Games. Fuck it. I'll put it. I don't give a shit. You don't know?
Not off the top of my head. I'm trying to find, because I'm supposed to go to the movie theaters more often, just how it's turning out. I don't know if the movie I wanted to see is going to be out in time.
All right. And I'm just putting South Park for me because I'm going to try to get through it. All right. You got to hurry up.
Go ahead. What's the next one?
I'm done. TV show.
It's not going to be, I was going to say Blue Beetle, but it's not out till August 18th.
Yeah. See, the only thing that annoys me about Blue Beetle is because he's the third character, so he's a legacy character. But if you get rid of the previous ones, it just kind of bugs me. So
I see what you did there.
Previous ones don't. So the previous ones don't exist. So it's just him.
Yeah. So he's like the third step, right?
Yeah. So it's like the legacy of like. It's just like because the second Blue Beetle was kind of important in the DC universe, but nowadays like nobody gives a fuck about him. He was in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Nah.
He was a big part of Infinite Crisis. He like actually meant something in the universe, not like a kind of who cares.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna bring him up. But to be fair, also he wasn't really connected to Jamie Reyes, Jaime, whatever it is. Jaime, whatever.
Jaime, don't be an asshole.
No. So a movie. You gotta pick a movie. Anything.
I'm going through movies that are coming out right now.
Random.
Barbie.
Barbie.
I'm gonna try to see Barbie.
All right, TV show.
I'm gonna try to watch more Harmon Quest.
More what?
Harmon Quest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does that count?
It's a TV show.
It's a TV show?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's got like 3 seasons.
I thought it was like a YouTube thing.
No.
Oh.
No, it's a legit TV show.
All right.
Ish. It's on Hulu.
And Nick, joke of the Fortnite. What do you call a group of fat babies?
What?
Heavy infantry.
That's actually really good. I'm gonna tell that one. I'm stealing it.
Here, one more.
Okay.
A guy sits down at a bar. Is everything okay? The bartender asks. My wife and I got into a fight, and she said she wasn't going to talk to me for a month. The bartender says, "Man, well maybe that's a good thing. Little peace and quiet." He goes, "Yeah, but today's the last day." so that's why I'm here.
That was a good one.
All right, and Nick, catchphrase.
I got one, but it's long. Don't attribute to malice what you can attribute to incompetence.
The fuck was that, dude?
Not everybody's out to get you. Maybe they're just being dumb.
All right, that was
one to sit on.
All right, that was a lot of fun, guys. Let's do it again. I'll see you next time. The Shaz Mike signing off.
Did you see they added another hero for For Honor?
Now?
Yeah.